Carr throws into traffic. Intercepted. The Bengals have the ball. They are running it back. Sam Hubbard.
Stanford Jennings is going to go all the way. When it comes down, the Bengals are champions.
Now the Bengals Super Bowl chances rest on his right foot. The kick is up. It is good.
Hooday Bengal fans, here we gather, talking football back for year 5. We're covering all things Hooday Nation. We're glad you joined us here tonight. Special guests, past and present players. You never know who you might see. One thing that's for sure, it's all things Bengals. And it all goes back to charity. We at Talking Football want to thank you for joining us for the show tonight. By the fans, for the fans, until the very end. It's Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends. It's Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends. A lot of stuff to get through tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of different things here tonight, but we do have a very special guest tonight. I think her third or fourth time joining us. Elizabeth Blackburn is going to be joining us here. And I'm going to like just another second here, let Tom do the intro. There are hundreds and hundreds of fans already in the waiting room. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're watching right now, type questions in. We will do our best to get to a couple of them. We're going to have Elizabeth for 15, 20 minutes max. So we'll try to get to a few viewer questions as well. But Tom, go ahead and do the intro, man. She's in the waiting room. I think she's ready to go.
Well, we thank her for her time tonight. And as big a symbol as Joe Burrow has been to all of us, I think she is just as much a symbol for some of the new positive and optimistic waves that have been coming out of now Paycor Stadium. So via Indian Hill High School and Dartmouth, we welcome back Elizabeth Blackburn. Elizabeth, welcome to Bengal Jim and Friends.
Tom, thank you for the generous intro. Jim, James, thanks for having me. And hey and hooday to all the fans out there watching tonight.
Thanks for being with us tonight, Elizabeth. I know we've got a lot of stuff to get through in a short period of time, so we'll start firing away. Again, remember, if you're watching, if you want to type questions in, we'll try to get to a handful of those if we're able to. But James, go and kick us off, buddy.
Yeah, well, you see the orange background here, and Elizabeth, as Jimmy and Tom said, thank you so much for joining us. Big announcement this week. Let's go ahead and talk about the influx of orange coming to Paycor here in 2024.
Well, first, before I dive into it, what did you guys think of the announcement, of some of the video, the content, and how are we just feeling about open and orange? I want to hear your guys' reactions.
Elizabeth, I got goosebumps just talking about it right now. So you guys held that under wraps really good, because hardly anybody knew about it. And when you guys came out with it, the video, the whole production crew down there at the stadium has been amazing. The images, the video was very well done. The storm is brewing. I know I was excited as hell, and I think the entire Houday Nation was the same way. How about you guys?
I was excited. Did it really leak from Madden? Is that what really caused the leak, where it's like, okay, now we got to make the announcement? Is that true?
Essentially, yes. And it was,
Really?
we debated the timing so much on exactly when and how to announce the orange pant, announce the orange out. We ultimately wanted to build up to it and announce our other game themes first. And it was almost just like, I couldn't believe the coincidence that the pre-release of Madden was one of the days we talked about, and we adjusted as we always do. I actually think, looking back on about the last 7-8 days, I'm so proud of how it all came together. I think that the buzz was so positive, and that, We changed a couple of things. I hope some fans were surprised and thrown off that we then announced the Stripe the Jungle the next day after Madden, and then built up to orange on Friday. Yeah, I'm still looking for that correct Madden contact so we can make sure they're talking to us first.
What was funny about that? I love, if you remember the jersey release with the little hanger hanging on the wall, and your social media team did the same thing with it. Said, "Hey, guess the rabbit's out of the hat here." So.
That's exactly right. And as that was coming out, I was on the phone with our equipment manager, Adam, who has a 12-year-old son. And I was like, Adam, you got to have him pull it up and make sure this is legit. So we were verifying with a Madden user. He was like, yeah, the pants are there. So that was a fun wrinkle. And, I think in just life in general, you always have to be flexible. But yeah, thank you, Madden, for the epic collab. That's how I'm describing it.
So I know everybody has seen these pictures, but we'll just show a couple pictures. So fresh. I'm telling you, there's nobody in the NFL that touches our uniform combos at all, not even close. It does seem like what I love seeing, Elizabeth, we seem to be trendsetters now in the NFL. It seems like a lot of other teams are trying to mimic and copy what there seems to be a lot of white uniforms now, all because of what we did. So I love that we're the trendsetters for this.
I do too. And I also love, Jim, how you said it, just the pride in our uniform combination. And I even had a Chiefs fan I know reach out and say, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but your uniforms are sick. They're the best in the NFL.
That's a normal Chiefs fan. At least there's one normal one out there. We're good. So
yeah. But if I may talk a little bit more about Open and Orange.
Let's do it.
Because this one, in a way, I think the Open and Orange and the orange pants have been recent history, but a little bit of a long time coming, ever since 2021, and we launched the new uniforms. There's always been that fan chatter of, why don't we have orange pants? The league actually didn't let us at the time in 2021. They limited us to 3 pants. Then they let other teams have 4 pants. And so we kind of capitalized on that. But in addition to the fans wanting that orange jersey, orange pant look, there's always been that chatter and feedback around the home opener or doing something at the start of the regular season from fans. And, we internally talked about it, thought about it, and I'm so happy with kind of what we landed on and we're rolling out this year. Hopefully it becomes something annual, and the fans, like you guys always do, take and run with it and help us grow it over time. But we wanted to start a new tradition that kicked off the regular season and really amplified the home opener. So the team wearing orange, the fans wearing orange and doing an orange out September 8th against the Patriots. We think that's going to just be an awesome way to start the season this year. And then, to make it bigger and make it even more than just a game theme and involve the fans beyond those who are able to come to the stadium on Sundays, we wanted to have a little bit of a community element. And we're going to be doing several activations leading up to that home opener. We're collaborating with our friends at iHeartRadio and WEBN for the Labor Day fireworks show to kind of do something at Riverfest and kick off Open and Orange. So if you go to Riverfest, if you're interested this year, we're doing a drone show collaboration with them to kick that show off. And then another kind of major theme of Open and Orange is we are going to do a season shirt. And the shirt will have the proceeds going to Free Store Food Bank. September is Hunger Action Month. It's actually an annual thing that Free Store does. The need in this region right now is continuing to meaningfully rise. And Free Store has been a great partner for a long time. So to start the season off with good vibes, optimism, high energy, and positivity, we wanted to have a charitable component to this Open in Orange campaign. So we're going to have a season shirt, and the proceeds are going to go to Free Store. And you can buy the shirt at Riverfest September 1st. Starting September 1st, we'll have the shirt in the Pro Shop. And if anybody is going to the Taste of the Bengals event on Wednesday, September 28th, we are actually dropping the shirt design and pre-selling it for the folks at that event Wednesday night at Taste of the Bengals.
Elizabeth, that is just awesome. I think one of the things I love the most about this, the excitement and energy you guys have, the front office has kind of stirred up in the fan base. But everything, like you just, you're tying us to a charity. You're tying us to the Free Store Food Bank. I love it because I think you see it. It's, our group is doing a massive amount of charity work. We have a 501c3 we set up a few years ago. You see a lot of other fans around the community doing the same thing. And Elizabeth, I'm telling you, it's because of the lead of the organization. And I wish there was a way we could quantify all of this for this region and how much the players, the organization, the fans, and everybody involved have helped this community. I don't think people really understand how big of an impact that has made to this community, in my opinion. So, James, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, the one thing I want to comment on is everybody in the chat, Elizabeth, just going crazy over the video. So when you see the production team, be sure to give them a high five for us, because the chatter here in the chat is kudos to the production team for that. And, whether it's that or what you've done in social media or that game day experience, keep up the great work, because the fans see it. And, not only the fans that enter Paycor Stadium, but so many that don't have the privilege or live close to us that just follow on social media. They see all the cool, new, innovative things you guys are doing. So keep that up, because it's certainly being noticed. And it's a big talk in the chat. Tom?
Well, as big as everybody is fired up about the Orange Out, something that I thought we did a pretty good job as fans, following the instructions of the team, was stripe the jungle last year. And this year it's back. So is the organization fired up? Do you still have faith in all of us?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? It's why we were comfortable adding a third one with the Orange Out, because the fans crushed it is an understatement. And yes, I have full faith in the fans. I honestly, I got to see it from year 1 to year 2 with the whiteout and the white Bengal game. Because year 2, I was like, oh my gosh, the first year was amazing. And you're walking the streets pre-game and you're watching fans funnel into the stadium. I was like, oh my gosh, we're back and we're better than ever, baby. And that's what I'm expecting with the Stripe the Jungle completely. Everyone was amazing. The fans took so much pride in how well you all did it. And it was all you. And just never lose that. Keep harnessing it. I can't wait to see it Thursday night against Cleveland and really show off what an amazing fan base the Bengals are and have in Ohio.
Yeah, Elizabeth, are you able to share, I know a lot of fans, I have friends and customers all across the country, and I couldn't even keep up with the text string. It's like, hey, did they put orange and black shirts in each one of those seats? The feedback across the country was amazing from other fan bases. They can't believe we pulled it off. We knew we could, but what kind of feedback did you get nationally on this, if any?
Oh, so positively. And it's been a real kind of point of pride, even in, national partnership conversations and things like that, where you're talking to national global brands and being like, look, if you want to know, what being a Bengals partner is and who you're supporting in Who Dey Nation, look at this stadium because they did this. And it was such positive support, Jim. It was so eye-catching to so many people. And to your point, it really struck, especially people not from this market, when we were like, no, we didn't lay the shirt down for them. Our fans did this. Our fans built community and held, their section mates accountable. They brought vests. They brought extra black or orange t-shirts because we weren't leaving anybody behind. We were going to crush this, and the fans completely did that.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Let me change a little bit, another topic here. We're going to talk about the international fan base a little bit, Elizabeth. For 32 years of tailgating, we have seen people come and go from all over the country and all over the world come to Cincinnati. Yes. Paul and the Houday UK folks.
Yeah, here's somebody from England right here. Just talking about that international. I think people have chimed in from Italy.
Hi, Maka.
England, Paul, and I believe there's one other one. I'm trying to.
We got Scotland, England, Spain, Mexico, Italy, all in a chat room right now, Elizabeth. And in 2018, we decided at the tailgate with this giant map, and people would drop pins in from where they're coming in from, not just out inside the country, but across the world. There are 32 different countries represented, Elizabeth, on that map. And that speaks two things. One, the local economy. These people just don't come in for a couple days or come in for game day and leave. They're spending weeks on end here in town from all over the world, Canada, England, Scotland, Spain, Germany, Mexico. We got them from all over the place. 30-plus countries have been at the tailgate. That's just our tailgate, not counting everybody else that's been in there. But, I mean, we do have a question. The fan group in Spain wanted to ask a question about international fans. So here's a question from the Spain fan club basically. Does the team take into account international fans for the future of the franchise? And are they an important part of the team's fan base for you and the rest of the organization is a question. It's 2 a.m. in the morning over there, Elizabeth. So a lot of those folks are not up watching, but they will be watching the rerun of this for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that group for submitting that question. It's a very easy, definitive yes. I think we've seen fandom, fan bases, and brands really evolve in a digital age like we're living in right now. And so I think of our fan base as absolutely global and boundless, and international fans are hugely important. It's a big priority at the league level, and I think really every team is trying to think about how to make their team, make their brand, make their brand a global brand that people from all over love and want to support. And I think if we can broaden the Bengals community to transcend countries, that's a huge positive, especially realistically, when you're in Cincinnati, when you're in the Midwest, in a very congested geographic area. We are far and away the most dense area in the U.S. in terms of NFL teams. If you just think about all of the teams within a couple hours driving from Cincinnati. And so it's really important to find additional ways to bring more fans into Houday Nation. And I knew that Jim and the team wanted to talk about international fans. So I had our business intelligence team, our data team, look into international fan growth. And since 2021, we have grown our international fans over 70%.
Wow.
And I truly hope that continues. I would encourage the international fans, genuinely, if you have feedback about watching the games or what you like to do and engage with your NFL team, even ways to learn about football. I did my college final project for my engineering major, designing a prototype app to help, new football fans learn about the NFL. That's like a pipe dream to come back to one day, but just ways we can better engage, help international fans become fans of football and the Bengals is really important, and I hope we're doing that and we continue to do that. And thank you to all the international fans watching, because you're where it starts and your fandom is infectious. And thank you so much for spreading Bengals and who they love abroad.
Yeah, and kudos to the fan clubs that we're aware of, right? The huge Mexico fan club down in Mexico City, Bengals UK, Paul. Those guys have been around since day one.
Cheers to 10 years, everybody in the Bengals UK group.
They're all great dudes, great dudes. We spent time with them in 2016 and 2019. The Spain fan club, a huge Canadian fan club. So a lot of great stuff here. James, keep going, bud.
Yeah, 100%. I think you saw what the NFL did this past year with the first time recognizing an international fan of the year for each franchise. So that was pretty cool. Gentleman from Toronto is actually with us tonight. I know Jimmy got a chance to see him, John, at the NFL draft. So kudos to that, and especially somebody that had a chance to go to the international game, the first one against Washington, and just seeing the rabid fan bases in Europe. You think about the United States and all the fans here, but you go across the pond to Europe and see those fans. Jimmy mentioned 30 plus countries visiting the tailgate, whether it's South America, Asia, Australia, all the continents that come. It's exciting, and keep it up, because we love seeing them. And Craig's in the chat. Everybody's looking forward to Munich next year as hopefully Super Bowl champs. But obviously that the German presence in Cincinnati is huge, and going there next year, as rumored, won't put you on the spot on that, is something the fans are certainly looking forward to. But moving on to my question, it seems like every time we turn around, there's something exciting going on, whether it's, the uniforms like we're talking about tonight, the social media, the new things going on at Paycor. But probably one of the biggest new additions this year actually benefited the players and not the fans. And that's what I call SEC ++ level locker room at Paycor. We saw some of the tease videos and some of the pictures, and then we actually saw the final product there, and it's wow, jaw dropping. As somebody that had an opportunity to visit the old locker room post COVID, when that was pre-COVID, before things were a little more off limits for player safety. What a transformation! How exciting! The players deserve it, but that just goes to show more of what you guys as a family are doing to invest in the city, invest in the stadium, and invest in the players. So now that I've rambled long enough, go ahead and talk about that badass new locker room.
Absolutely. Well, James, I thought you were just already down in there. I thought you were coming to us live from the locker room. You snuck in.
She's already called security. She already texted security on your ass.
The locker room renovation project could not have come together better. I'm so proud of our project team for truly getting a best-in-class result. And we worked collaboratively with equipment, football ops, a great design build team to build something that was best of the best, high-end functional. It made the space cleaner. We added technology. We added the most important features for the players: charging units for their phones and their iPads while they're sitting, in their locker, maybe watching film, whatever they need, drying units to improve the performance of their equipment. And you bet we wanted it to be a really cool space that the players enjoyed being in and the organization was proud of. And I think we did just that. And the feedback from the team since they moved in there a couple of weeks ago has been really positive. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And secondly, kind of seeing the positive response and buzz and pride that outcome got for the organization from, our fans, even my personal satisfaction and pride with how great our locker room and facility is exactly what you want.
100%. Tom?
In the locker room, the guys that are in there, something I think has been very extraordinary this decade is not just we're getting incredibly talented players, very talented players. It's not that they're just very approachable, very nice, put up with us out on the streets, wherever. But I've never known a group, and we've had great players in Cincinnati and great guys that gave back to the community. I mean, we got, 3 guys that were man of the year: Ken Anderson, Reggie Williams, and Anthony Munoz. I've never seen a team genuinely from the heart work so hard to give back to the community. It's nonstop, and it keeps growing. Is that something that comes from scouting these guys as we're drafting them and bringing them in? Is it just we're incredibly lucky? And for the life of me, I can't understand why it's not talked about more in the local media. I know when maybe things were the other way, it was talked about now the time. Now, the crickets are deafening. But, are we just sailing under a lucky star? How do we have such a great group of guys to do all this and make them that much easier to cheer for?
Well, Tom, first, I will say if anyone can figure out how to, not just with our local media, but with the media environment more broadly, get them to focus on more positives instead of just the negatives, let me know. It's a personal torch I feel like I carry and will keep carrying. You've got to highlight and celebrate the wins. You just do. And at least I hope that everybody watching feels that that's kind of how the Bengals spend our time on social and on our website and stuff, because that's what sports and that's really what life is all about, is trying to find those positives. To your question about is it chance? I think that it's certainly more than chance. What we are organizationally doing in building this culture and identifying good people, hardworking, talented individuals, it's too much of a priority to not spill, I think, into the personal life. And I think we're committed to that for a long time. Success is infectious. It kind of lifts all tides, and doing things the right way on the field and off the field. Like, I think you're seeing more of it because the rookies come in and that's who they're learning from. And that's what it means to be a Bengal. And that's just going to continue.
That's awesome. Elizabeth, I just want to make sure, are you okay in time? We had a couple more things to get to. Is it okay?
I got you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Let's talk
you guys are important, and like, you're so kind. I appreciate your respect of my time. I respect your and our fans' time very much. So let's keep going.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. So let's talk about like one of the new things. So I was actually, as you were talking, I was actually looking at my app, right? I mean, some of the stuff that's going on is just, I miss the old paper tickets, right? I know we can still get those if we want, but this app is amazing, guys. I'm just telling you, I don't know if every team has this, or are we leading the way on this as well, Elizabeth? But
we are absolutely leading the way on this. I have to jump in and brag on our team. We are leading the way on this.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to my friends in Denver and New York, and I mean, I'm showing them this stuff. They're like, what the hell? But I mean, talk about this. I really love this new Perfect 10 streak, right? It ties to some additional discounts at the pro shop and making sure your tickets are scanned. So talk about that a little bit, because I think it's awesome.
All right. So for those not familiar, this year for our season ticket members, we rolled out a new thing we're calling Perfect 10s. And the goal is to attend all 10 games and have a perfect 10 streak of attendance. And if you do that, you get a pro shop gift card at the end of the year. This was a little bit of a play off of what we introduced last year with Streak 54, celebrating our original class of season ticket members. For those not familiar with Streak 54, there's a wall in the stadium that celebrates the all season ticket members who have had their season tickets for 54 plus years. I probably, Jim, would have to come back on a different show to get through that. Otherwise, we're going to be too long. But like, go to Bengals.com and check out Streak 54 because we put a lot of thought into that. We love our fans. We love all of our fans. We especially wanted to pay tribute to our longest tenured, most loyal fans with Streak 54. But then this year, we wanted to introduce something that would be fun and accessible to all season ticket members. And we're really playing off of this word streak. It means a group of tigers. It celebrates, a win streak or an attendance streak and longevity and loyalty, things that are super important to the organization and I think are core characteristics of our fan base. So we introduced Perfect Tens. Every ticket you scan in for each game, a day or two later, a new stripe populates and you work towards your Perfect 10 streak for that pro shop discount at the end of the year. And I think it looks really cool in addition to just being such a great way to celebrate the amazing fans who show up game in and game out and reward them for that.
So that shows up for preseason games as well, right?
Well, absolutely. You've got to go to both preseason games to hit all 10.
Hey, Elizabeth, this is what I'm really proud of too. You guys have that streak.
Yes, the badge.
So the badge. So I love that. So I don't know how many people I was down at the pro shop last week and people were talking about it. They were all like, look at mine. I'm 6, I'm 10. So it's creative, a lot of interaction between fans talking about that.
Yes, and we want everybody to feel proud of whatever your streak year is and celebrate it and keep working towards, certain years you get a special color. We sent out a decal for our season ticket members with the actual badge to put it, on your car window or something like that, to bring the digital world into our physical world. So come to the indie game, keep your streak alive. And for all of the Perfect 10s out there, which are a lot. I mean, the crowd at the Tampa Bay preseason game was electric. I mean, I was up out of my seat screaming. I was so excited I was confident in a fourth quarter comeback. And even like intros. I mean, it was buzzing. We've got football weather already in Cincinnati somehow. I think Thursday night against the Colts, it's going to be a beautiful night. Let's have another great atmosphere. It was amazing. It was super fun. So I hope to see lots of you at Paycor Stadium Thursday night.
We'll be there. We'll close another question or two, but anything you want to talk about, Elizabeth, before we kind of close everything out?
No, I think
anything else we missed. We didn't miss
great.
So, Tom, go ahead, and I know you had another question you wanted to hit on.
Well, Elizabeth, we bother you. We bother everybody at the season ticket office. We worry about the players. We grumble about the players. We're worried about this. Everybody complains about that. What do you guys need in the Paycor Stadium offices, in that new awesome locker room, the guys down there? What do the players, what does management need from us, the fans, all of us? What can we do to help push that little bit that we can do along to get us to New Orleans and win that game in February? What do you guys need from us?
Tom, I think we need good vibes and continued support.
So you're saying get rid of Jimmy?
Jeez. With friends like this, Elizabeth,
James cut him off.
And along those lines, like we talked about, so many fans, international fans can't make it to Cincinnati. So many fans just maybe simply can't afford to come down to Paycor Stadium, but that doesn't change their Bengals fandom. They might be home every week watching on TV, cheering just as loud as we are at Paycor Stadium. So to those fans that we might not see at Paycor Stadium every Sunday or on the road watching, what's your message to them, knowing they are just as much diehards whether they're inside the stadium or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every fan matters, and support from every fan, from every, business, every single person matters. And I would just reiterate, feel that, and kind of harness your personal passion for the Bengals and why you are a Bengals fan, and try to keep it positive and pay it forward and bring people along with you. Football is the ultimate team sport. It's a hard sport. It's unpredictable. You don't know what you are going to get. And so the only thing we can do is stick together and enjoy the journey and try and keep it as positive and fun as possible. You never know which year is going to be that magical year, and enjoy every moment. You make precious memories as a Bengals fan, from your couch with your friends or your family to the stadium to just talking about this cool Bengals hat I saw on the street. I mean, sports are so powerful. It's such a blessing to be a part of it, and keep channeling it for good and keep growing this amazing community that we have.
Yeah, Elizabeth, I'll close with a comment before you get off here. I just Tom and I talk about this a lot. Like during that Super Bowl run, great sports town, but there's really nothing that brings this city together like Bengals football when it's successful. Tom said it 100 times. And it's not just, I mean, everywhere I travel a lot across the country, not just for Bengal games. No matter where I go, I have something on, orange and black, Bengals something. And the unbelievable amount of discussion that happens at, whether it be the airport or at a bar or a restaurant in another city, people know who the Cincinnati Bengals are. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are so important to this community, this city, and this region. Means so much to everybody in this region, and not just this region, but fans across the country. But I from our hearts, we just want to say thank you to you and your family. I know when things were bad in the 90s and things weren't going well, in different times, there was a lot of unfair criticism, right? And it just keeping this positive vibe going and keeping it rolling, because when things go bad, if we can stay positive and get through these things, I think it helps the team and everything. But we appreciate the family. We appreciate you. We appreciate the team, the organization, the front office, the head coaches, everybody at the pro shop. You guys work together from top to bottom, and we appreciate everything. And we cannot wait for New Orleans, because we know it's going to be an orange and black invasion down in New Orleans. So thanks so much for being with us tonight, and it means so much. And we'll see you. We'll see you Thursday night for sure.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me on, and I do hope you guys know. I mean, the fans are why we do this. So it means more than I could even put into words for me and for my whole family, really for the organization. We're a football family through and through, and you mean so much. Let's go have a great year. Hooday.
It's going to be a special year, Elizabeth. We appreciate you. Hooday.
Hooday.
Take care.
Good stuff, man. She's awesome. This is the third or fourth time she's been on. I think she almost comes on annually with us. Her personality, her vibes, everything. I just love it. That's why the fans love her so much, right?
100%. Nothing but positive comments. Just thanking Elizabeth for all she's done.
And she's still up there on the upper deck for every home game, sitting with her friends.
The canopy crazy
like us.
Yes, 100%. There was a question in the chat. Greg had asked about that streak when you were showing it. That's the Bengals app, Greg. So you certainly don't need to have season tickets or anything like that to access that. But what Jimmy popped up there with his phone, that is the Bengals app. And, appreciate Elizabeth's time. We'll spend way more time than what we had allotted for. Yeah. And as always, went above and beyond. And thank you to the fans for the comments, the positive stuff in the comment chat section. Sorry we couldn't get to them all, but again, appreciate you. Just like Elizabeth said, this is for the fans. We're just three fans on here, just like everybody else, and appreciate Elizabeth coming on, talking, and being part of it. Obviously, she cares about you, the fans, and as I mentioned, so much positive things have been done every year, whether it's stadium improvements, whether it's a uniform, whether it's the fan experience, the locker room. It just every year something new happens, and keep up the support. And I think we'll continue to see that year after year. So
the Ring of Honor was
she did give us some breaking news there, right? Did you hear that for the fireworks? There's going to be something. there's going to be something going on there, guys. So that was a little breaking news Elizabeth teased us with there. That's going to be cool.
That will be fun. A week from Sunday downtown.
Let's close some things out here. Let's just recap a couple things. If you haven't seen this year's Cincy shirt, Bengal Jim and Friends Before the War Tailgate experience, there's the front of the shirt. A lot of time went into that one right there. As you can see the back of the shirt, some really fun names there. My favorite name on the back of that shirt, by the way, is the Mountain Donkeys. We play them in December. The cheese. We play the cheesesteaks on the 27th, James. But some fun names there. I think the fans are having fun with that.
Yeah, 100%. We had to do things different. So you simply go to bengalgym.com, type that in. You can order those, ship if you're in town.
Tony's shirts are still on there, so we could get
still on there. If you're in town, you can go to any Cincy shirt store and get those. And as everything we do, portion of the shirt sales will go to charity. So we appreciate that. And there's another fundraiser I think you wanted to touch on, Jim.
Yeah. It's just so I just want to thank everybody for showing up. This bourbon release we did with Winsel and our friends at Midway Cafe was absolutely amazing. Almost 500 bottles sold. They're pretty much gone, guys. They're gone. So there was a line going out the door. The bar opened up at 11 o'clock. There was people there at 9 o'clock trying to get their bottles, but over $10,000 raised for Alzheimer's Association. We didn't touch any of this money. It went through the app for the Midway, but we'll do a check presentation here probably the next couple of weeks when we get everything reconciled. There's still a handful of bourbons that need to be picked up. We told them you can have until 2 more weeks after Saturday to come pick up your bourbon. But what an amazing response. Tom was there. James was there. But what an amazing
Lisa
response.
was there from the Houday ladies, the twins. So many fans came in, whether they stopped and had a beer or had a burger or had some chicken wings. But, man, it was fun. Chance to watch a little bit of the preseason game as well. And thank you to both the distillery and all the folks at Midway Cafe for hosting that. And again, everybody that's purchased a bottle.
Hey, James, I don't know if you saw it or not, but by the time Tom picked his bottle and got back to his car, his bottle was gone. So
that's true, Tom.
He drank it all before he got to his car.
You know me.
You know what? He thought it was Canadian whiskey in honor of our friend that's not on tonight. But
let's so again, if you haven't picked up your bourbon on a pre-order, they're going to hold them there at Midway. Real quick, I don't have the link to put in there, but guys, the Charlotte tailgate is selling like crazy. We spent a boatload of money renting this lot out. James, talk about that lot. You spent some time finding that lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a private lot just for Bengals fans. A short walk to I think Panther Stadium is called Bank of America Stadium. So if you haven't got your tickets for the Sunday tailgate, we invite you to do so. In addition, there's going to be a bar takeover on Saturday. Stay tuned to social media for that. And for those that were in Charlotte, 6 years ago that we played, a lot of fun. Always fun to go south this time of year, and expecting a huge contingency of Bengals fans down there in the Carolinas. If you pop that graphic back up real quick.
Sure.
The Kansas City, remember that's going to be a Saturday night at the Voodoo Lounge at Harrah's Casino, just about 10 minutes from the stadium. So you can still get all these links are on social media. Saturday, Kansas City takeover at the Voodoo Lounge. That's probably the only event we've done in I don't know how long. I guess other than a Super Bowl party that's right. 21 and over. So just keep that in mind. Nashville tickets are already on sale for the December event. VIP season tickets are on sale, but a lot going on. I feel like we just came off Jungle Jam, which you guys and gals donated. So much time, energy to be part of that. Again, thank you to everybody who was part of that. And now the season's here. Now the fun begins. Those that have asked, I was going to do this in the 2-minute warning, but we'll keep this for now. We will be down at Lottie in our normal spot on Thursday. Remember, it is an 8 o'clock kickoff. So the lots will open at 4 o'clock. But if you're in the area, stop on down, say hi. It's not going to be the normal full-blown frenzy that we have on regular season games. But if you're down there going to the game, stop on by and say hi for sure.
Yep, and even to add to that, just to repeat, that Charlotte, every tailgate we've done out of town, other than the space that we had in Kansas City, has sold out. So make sure you grab your tickets. The Charlotte game is hot right now, extremely hot.
Yep.
We know the Nashville will be later in the year, but just make sure
There's New Mexico. There is. Thank you for bringing this up. We're actually going to have her on the show in the next couple of weeks. There is a Carolina Bengals fan club. Megan Hayter is actually her name. For those that are looking for group tickets, they were very, very affordable. Basically, what they did was had a whole section in the upper level. I think tickets were under $100, just face value pass through that Megan was organizing as the president of the Bengals fan club in the Carolinas. So we'll post that again, or shoot us a PM on that. I'll get you in touch with Megan for those that want very, very affordable game tickets. Thank you to Megan for putting that together.
Something to bring up. I'm struck by the number of people that either come up to me or message me on social media. We play the Commanders Monday night. So many people that are gassing up, driving down to the Carolina coast, whether it be somewhere in North Carolina, South Carolina, spending the week on the ocean, then turning around Saturday afternoon, going to Charlotte to hit the game Sunday, and then, feel good, after a win on the drive back to Cincinnati. So, of all the changes, and I brought up the fan base with Elizabeth, how well this fan base travels now.
Yep.
And still does, even last year, which was not as successful a year, a non-playoff year, is absolutely remarkable. I mean, and you guys go to far more than I do, but I mean, wouldn't you say we're as strong a traveling team as any in the league right now?
Yeah. Tom, you hit it right on the nose. And I don't think it's anything new. It's been around a while, but to your point, it has picked up. But I mean, the group that we've had, like Tony, Carrie, Hannah, and Brandon, and I'm going to forget Luke and Mariana, and I'm Caleb, and all these guys. They've been doing it for a long time, and it's an amazing amount of Bengal fans that hit road games, and the players feel it. They see it, so it's awesome to see. So. Tom, you want to talk about our guest next week? I already have the 27th locked up next Tuesday. We have some special guests locked up for next week as well, right?
Malik Wright. James actually was the one that got the signature on the contract for that. But he'll be joining us right after the Bengals. The roster won't be completely set. The roster's a little fluid that first week after final cuts. But he's going to assess the roster with us. Concerns, strengths. I have a feeling Jamar Chase and his situation will come up, but not only a great friend to the show, but Malik's just the guy. He knows Bengals football in and out. He breaks stories. He's even broken stories that were 100% accurate when he broke them, and then the situation changed and it didn't end up that way. But nobody works harder. Nobody's a better insider, and there is no nicer guy. He fits in really well, I think, with those that cover the Bengals right now, the Jeff Hobsons, the James Rapines, Ben Babies, everybody that comes on our show.
100%. We also might have a little fantasy football talk. So if you're to have your draft, I know a lot of people have their drafts next week. Stay tuned. We might have a special surprise guest talking a little fantasy football next week, so you can get prepared for that. Jimmy, you want to go ahead and close this out?
Yeah, let's go, guys. Look, in a massive amount of people in the rooms on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube tonight combined, we can see the number. It's a huge, a couple thousand. And over the next 3 or 4 days, you're going to see more and more people watch the show, especially to see and hear some of the stuff Elizabeth talked about. But appreciate you taking your Tuesday night away from your family, sitting in front of your TV, your laptop, your phone, wherever you're watching. An amazing amount of people from all over the country and all over the world on tonight. Dalton, buddy, it's good to see you, man. I know you've been traveling, been watching you, following you on Facebook and other social media platforms, everything you're doing. Arnett's family still in there in the room. Lisa Ratterman and her folks. It just means so much. You guys spent your evening with us. We appreciate you guys so much. We got some other special guests lined up down the road. We'll keep it going for you guys. So we will see everybody hopefully Thursday night. But if not, we'll see you next Tuesday here, 8 o'clock on time. Hoo day, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hoo day.